I'm a doctor who rides motorcycles. More specifically, I'm a radiologist, so I've seen the aftermath of many motorcycle accidents. I've seen broken wrists, broken legs, brain bleeds, and collapsed lungs. Yet, I still choose to ride. Why? Let's go for a ride and talk about it.
Riding a motorcycle is obviously more dangerous than riding a car. Motorcycles account for about 3% of registered vehicles in the United States, but they account for about 15% of all fatalities in motor vehicle accidents. And it makes complete sense. Cars have airbags, they have seat belts, they have metal cages protecting the driver, and motorcycles just don't have that. So, why, as a medical doctor, do I ride motorcycles? Why don't I say, hey, it's too dangerous, don't ever do it? Have you ever been on a ride and then come back feeling better than when you left for the ride? That has happened to me every single time I get on this motorcycle. And it doesn't even matter the weather. It could be rainy and I would still enjoy the ride and come back with a smile on my face. Today, we are lucky again to have a beautiful fall day, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, perfect weather, and I feel great riding this bike. I feel great talking to you guys. And there's a reason for it. There have been medical studies about this, looking at the brain and the chemicals released during a motorcycle ride. When you're riding a motorcycle, it's been likened to mindful meditation. You have to be focused on the surroundings around you. You have to be focused on the roadway. You have to be focused on any potential hazards around you. It's a very visceral experience. You feel the wind. You hear the wind. There's smells all around you. And there's even subtle changes in temperature, like going from the shade here into the sun here. It feels warmer. It feels great. The sun on my eyes, on my skin. And in a car, you just don't experience that. So, it's been shown that endorphins are released when you ride a motorcycle, which is one of the feel-good hormones. So when you come back from a ride feeling great, that is one of the reasons. And I've heard this a lot from the motorcycle community. People liken this to their own personal sense of therapy. When you go on a ride, you can clear your mind. You can only think about the road. You can listen to this lovely V4 engine, and you can just really clear your head of anything that's been going on in your personal life. So that's very similar to meditation. It can decrease your stress levels, your cortisol levels, and just make you feel better in general. Now, all those benefits aside, motorcycle riding is still a risky endeavor. And I told you the stats at the beginning. You're more likely to get killed in a motorcycle accident than you are a car accident. There's a lot of distracted drivers on the road. There's people on their cell phones trying to rear-end you at stoplights. And that's just part of the game when you're riding motorcycles. And I think of it in a risk-benefit type of picture. And to me, the benefits clearly outweigh the risks. And there's a good way to do things and a bad way to do things. So if you are just getting into motorcycle riding, I would suggest you take a motorcycle training course. It's not safe to be riding without a license. It's not safe to be riding untrained. And you want to do everything you possibly can to mitigate your risks while riding a motorcycle because, again, it is a dangerous activity. So, after your training course, what do? You practice. If you're not ready for high-speed roads, you're not ready for highways, don't go on them until you're ready. Practice around your neighborhood, on local streets, on small streets. If there's a closed course or a parking lot near you to practice your slow-speed maneuvers, all that. Check out all my beginner videos that I'm going to post up top. All these topics can be really helpful to make you a better, safer rider. So, the next step, you've taken a course, you've learned about motorcycle riding, you've figured out how to mitigate your risks. Buy some high-quality gear. And I've talked about this in other videos. You want good gloves, you want good boots, you want riding pants that won't leave your skin raw if you go down in a slide for whatever reason. You also want an excellent helmet. The helmet should be the #1 priority. They've done research, and they've shown that a significant amount of motorcycle fatalities are in riders who are not wearing a helmet. And this is quite obvious. If you hit your head on the pavement, your brain is going to suffer, and you will potentially die. So, excellent helmet, gloves, pants, jacket, all that good stuff. And on top of that, you may want to consider an airbag vest. Now, I'm not wearing one today, since I'm doing very low speeds, but again, you could have an accident at any speed. Most accidents happen around 30 miles an hour. So, an airbag vest has been shown to significantly decrease injuries associated with motorcycle accidents. But once you're outfitted in the proper gear, you know how to ride, you've practiced riding, you are significantly decreasing your risks beyond the general population that gets into motorcycle accidents. I like to say, control whatever you can control. Now, obviously, a driver can be impaired and just run up behind me, rear-end me, and kill me in a motorcycle crash. Yes, that could happen. A car could swerve out of its lane while reading its cell phone, hit me head on. That could be the end of my videos, my YouTube channel, my everything. But only control what you can control. So, knowing those things, I still love motorcycle riding. The mental health benefits alone outweigh those potential risks, and I feel fantastic when I ride. Now, my job is stressful. Being a physician isn't easy. You have to take care of patients. You have to make the right decisions. Motorcycle riding is a way for me to kind of decompress after a long day, get out here, get some of this throttle therapy going. And I want to know, what do you guys do, and why do you ride motorcycles? Let's start a discussion in the comments. I want to hear if you guys have had similar experience riding motorcycles, and if you feel better when you come home after a nice ride. I'm going to keep this video short. No one likes rambling long YouTube videos, but I think it would be really fun to get a discussion going in the comments and just talk about what makes this such a great hobby. So, I'm going to check out for now. Hit me up in the comments. Let's talk about it.